Okay, so next question. If my siblings and I have inherited certain money from our parents who are unfortunately dead now, and we have a problem with that division of property between ourselves, and I want to contest that. So is there anything I can do about it?
Definitely, you can always challenge a will on the grounds that the will is fabricated, or it has been taken out of coercion, or fraud, or anything of that sort. You just have to basically challenge the will.
Okay.
You can always do that.
Everybody has that right to do that?
Definitely. If you're not happy with the will, you challenge the will. And anyhow, the opposite sibling, whoever is contesting against you, will have to prove anyhow that the will is genuine. Right. So it basically makes out a very solid case.
Okay. Yeah. And this must be happening a lot, actually.
A lot.
So this happened with me the other day. Like they say, because the traffic is so bad in Pune, I don't know how many, we lose like 1 million lives almost every year to traffic accidents in India. So suppose I'm driving my car and somebody smashes my car, or somebody just collides with me. What can and I want to take action against them because I think I'm right. So how do I take them to court?
So our courts are clogged with it. So there is something called a Motor Accident Claim Tribunal, which was born out of the Motor Vehicles Act. Right. Okay, I think it's 1988. Forgive me if I'm wrong with the date. So you can always go there, claim for your compensation. If you're injured, if you are the owner of your beautiful wrecked car, or if you are the legal representative or legal heir of the deceased who expired due to or in that accident, all these people can claim compensation. And the best part is there is no limitation to the claim that you can only ask for 50,000 or you can ask only for 10,000. Nothing like that. You can ask for any amount that you want according to your the sky is the limit according to your situation, according to your accident. And this particular claim can be filed where the accident took place, or either where the injured person, or say the owner of the car resides, or where the defendants reside. Basically where the claimant resides and where the defendant resides.
This also happened to me because I sold my iPad to a friend, and I was selling it to him quite cheap. Like I didn't make any profit from it. He was actually getting it quite cheap. And we decided that I would give him about rupees, I think 20,000 rupees, 20,000 or so. And after taking the iPad and the bill and everything, he refused to give me back my money. So I couldn't do anything about it. So I lost 20,000 bucks, and I didn't get anything in return, and I lost my iPad. So what can I do? Like, because we didn't sign an agreement or anything. So can I extract the payment from him from anywhere?
See, now that's the tricky part. Basically, when it comes to recovery of money, it's very important you have some kind of, what we call as evidence. Maybe just a text message, maybe just a communication, maybe just a mail.
Even that will work?
That will definitely work because it's electronic evidence and it is very much permissible in the court. Okay. So you have to have something of that sort, because if you don't have anything, you cannot file a suit. But you could have filed a suit for recovery of money.
You can do that.
You definitely can do that.
And recovery of money must be one of the most popular suits in civil court. Everybody has this problem.
Totally clogged. But then what is important is you have to have some evidence of it, that you have given him that much, like your tab, right? iPad, you gave your iPad, agreed upon this much amount. So you're supposed to be getting that much amount.
Right. And if I told him, okay, we don't have a legal document, or we say, let's sign it, like a
you don't need a legal document. It could be a text message, it could be just a check that he gave you, or whatever. Some DD checks, any kind of communication.
Or I told him, I'm giving, I'm taking your iPad. That also is good enough.
Totally.
So, but it's too late now. You've taken my iPad, so fuck you. Anyway, so this is another thing that happens is a lot of divorces are happening here in India because the divorce rates have just hit, gone through the roof. Because there's been more awareness, and a lot of marriages end within like 5 years or so. But one of the biggest issues is, who does the child go to? Because the court has been given a lot of discretion there. So nobody's clear about how is it decided who gets the child's custody in a divorce?
See, first of all, I'll tell you, when parents separate, it is like a child's world is crumbling down.
Yeah.
And it's very rightly observed by the courts that, they are very, very sensitive, I would suggest, very, very sensitive to the issue of child custody, because it is the child's pain that is the most when it comes to breaking of a house.
And then the child is a victim here.
Child is a victim, definitely. So basically, the parameters that the court goes through in most of the cases, unless it is some special case, that is who is the primary caretaker of the child. So before you went through that divorce, were you taking care of the child, or was your husband taking care of the child? Were you the one who knew every knick-knack, every thread about that child, spending most of the time with him, about everything, or was it your husband? Secondly, it is also, how in the entire proceeding, how you come out in front of the court, your way of talking, your way of behavior, the way you, basically the impression of both the spouses towards the child, which the judge notes from the first day itself. So, on that grounds also, the judge has a decision that, whose interest is more towards the child. Okay, then in some cases also, financial status also matters. Like maybe both the parents are extremely involved in the child, but somewhere, maybe
somebody,
say for example, the wife has a very fluctuating financial status, but the father has a very stable, very consistent financial status. So there is a chance that the father will get.
Might go to her.
So child, okay. And there are some few more
child now? Because I feel like at some point of time the court should ask, what do you want?
No, so that is the thing. So, the point is that's where I was coming. If the child is below age of 5, the custody blindly goes to the mother.
Right.
If the child is above 5, so like I think not above 5, but I think if the child is above 9, then the court starts asking the child's choice.
Right.
Which side do you want to go? You want to be with mama or you want to be with papa?
Right.
Okay, and sometimes, both the spouses are absolutely gone cases. Like they are drunkards or they are absolutely incapable of taking care of the child. So in that case, the court has the power to, to appoint a guardian legal guardian for the child under Guardians and Wards Act 1890, if I'm not wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong.
No, nobody
Please apologize.
Yeah, like, we don't care when you raise the law.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
Very true.
So these are the things.
So now this is one thing. I hope this never happens to me. And if it does, I'm likely to kill my partner rather than wait for the courts to do anything. But if I'm married and my husband cheats on me and I find out about it, and I don't know what to do. Like I'm too devastated to make a decision right now. But I want to do something.
Right.
So what options are available to me if my husband has cheated on me?
Find that other woman, file an adultery case and go for a divorce. That is always
okay. You can file an adultery case against the woman that
that is the problem. You might want to kill your husband, but you will have to first go for the woman.
Okay.
And you can always file divorce. You can always file that.
That too is
mental cruelty, adultery.
I'm like bye. Yeah. Bye. So we're now reaching the end of this episode because we're running out of daylight and it's very late now. So we're left with the last question. I'm going to combine a couple of questions. I'm just going to ask you about annoying neighbors, basically.
Okay.
So suppose I am living somewhere and I hear the neighboring couple shouting and screaming, and I think that the husband is kind of hitting the wife or something like that. And should I do something? What can I do? Should I, of course, ringing the doorbell and telling them that is one option, but what else legally what can I do if I hear the couple fighting?
See, when it comes to legally what can I do part, you can at the most go to the police and file a complaint.
Right.
And if it has to go up, then it will go against nuisance.
Okay.
Now if you have the suspicion that the husband might be hitting the wife, or otherwise even wives are amazing these days.
Of course. It's gender neutral.
Gender neutral.
Yeah.
So Article 14 rules. So now the thing is that you can tell your suspicion to the police, but honestly you can't do much about it. You can go to the police at the max.
Can you report to the domestic violence cell or something like that?
You will have to be very sure of that, right?
Yeah. You have to have some proof.
You have to have some proof. If you have seen the beatings, then definitely yes.
Okay. not just like if you have visual proof of it.
Yeah. You have to have some proof.
Okay. And okay, let's suppose it's not that serious. Suppose my neighbors are just causing nuisance again. Like if they are, they were playing cricket. The kids were playing cricket, and the ball went through my window and smashed it. Or they play very loud music for late into the night. This happens a lot. Like this is Pune, of course.
Yes.
And their dog bites me, or let's say unfortunately a flower pot lands on my head, and the head is intact, but the flower pot breaks. But I am injured, and I'm very angry, and I want to take some action. So what can I do against obnoxious neighbors?
Yeah. So that is the thing. I think the answer would be a bit repetitive. You can definitely file a complaint to the police. And it will go under 268 of IPC, that is public nuisance.
Right.
Okay, so nuisance is clearly defined in that particular section. And the punishment is in 290 and 291. Okay. Basically 290 says that if you have been accused of nuisance, then you will have to pay a very minimal fine of 200 rupees. But after, say for example, the police has come and he said you are not supposed to do this anymore, no more blaring loud music at 12 at night and everything, and after that also you do, then under 291 you have two punishments which can be compounded or either or wala scene chal jata hai, like in IPC most of our provisions have. That is, you will have a simple imprisonment for a term extended till 6 months, or a fine, or both. Okay, so that comes under nuisance. And if by chance if the flower pot really lands upon your head, then you can actually also go for
a horrible concussion.
You can definitely go under hurt or grievous hurt according to the situation.
Okay. Alright, so that I know what to do now. I know who you are and I know what to do. So if you cause me any nuisance at all, I hope my neighbors are watching this, because I hate my neighbors. So this is a really good idea. So thank you so much, Shreya. This has been so much fun.
I loved it. I loved being here.
Did you have fun?
Yes, totally.
I think my bosses at Law are really going to love this, because this was like one of the best interviews I have ever had.
Thank you so much, and I'm so happy that I got an opportunity to
you get an opportunity every day in court.
I do, but to making people aware. I don't know how much people have been aware after seeing this video. I don't know how they would.
People in India, even if you try very hard, I don't know how aware they get.
Yeah, but still, it's my initiative.
You did a good job. You did a fantastic job. I had such a good time. I didn't have to do anything. For the first time in my life, I was just nodding and listening to someone who's actually smarter than me.
No, I'm really not smarter. Okay, so this girl, she's a genius. No. Trust me. Absolutely. I have known her since kindergarten. Trust me. She is amazing. Yeah, she can say whatever she wants to say about me, but I know her.
So, thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
This is Advocate Shreya Chakraborty. Please don't ask me who she is and where she lives and any of that shit. I'm not going to give you details, because I know you love her already, but I'm not going to let you get in touch with her. But you can get in touch with me, you can contact Lawlex, you can go to their website, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's all for this month. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Mwah.